Hi. Hi, welcome. This is Lara from Om3 Yoga, and we are going to go ahead and start our practice today. And we're going to start laying on your back as you're ready. And let's actually begin with the knees bent and the feet on the ground. And just to kind of ease your way down here, allowing your head to come down last and just allowing your body to shift to get a little bit more comfortable. And then let's take a moment and we'll bring our hands onto the belly. And just noticing, maybe you feel the breath moving in and out of the belly. Maybe you sense some gurgling, not applying too much pressure, but maybe you notice some sensation of your hands on your belly. So just noticing what your experience is. Also taking a really big, deep breath. Exhale, letting go. And just allow your shoulders to shift and maybe your hips shift, finding a little bit more space in your body in this moment. Just doing a simple check-in and offering to yourself that as we move through our practice today to just really take care of your body. If something doesn't feel good, don't make yourself do it. And just allowing yourself to explore as you need to. And then as you're ready, let's gently reach your arms over your head, taking a big stretch, and you're going to squeeze your knees into your chest. Let's wrap your arms around the knees, maybe rock a little bit here from side to side, just kind of noticing your body. And then let's bring your hands on top of the knees, and we'll bring the knees over the hips. And we're going to do some half circles here. So coming onto your right hip a little bit, and then you're going to kind of bring your tailbone down to the ground and then come over toward your left hip. So imagine you're kind of making a smile with your bottom. And we're going to slowly just go from side to side and just kind of noticing, letting your body stretch and move gently and slowly, seeing if you can, if you have a lot of sensation, linking the movement with the breath. May inhale, lengthening, and exhale, squeezing in. And inhale, bringing the knees over the hips and then squeezing in. Let's do that 2 more times from side to side. Back over to the left and then to the right. And again to the left. Beautiful. And just if you need to go to the right one more time, finishing that, or just finding that neutral space as you're ready. And then keeping the feet off the ground, you're going to keep your knees over your hips, and let's just point and flex your feet a few times as they're off the ground. Beautiful. And then we're going to gently bring your feet onto the ground, and let's start to bring your feet out really wide on your mat, so maybe about mat width apart, and then you're going to knock your knees together. And as you're here, inhale, reaching your arms out wide to the side. And then let's inhale, slide the arms kind of on the ground and over the head. Big stretch. Perhaps press your tailbone down a little bit and feel your lower back lift away from the ground. And then let's exhale. You're going to gently soften. Start to heel toe your feet a little bit closer together, knees apart from one another. We're going to squeeze the knees back to the chest, wrapping the arms around the knees. Let's rock a little bit from side to side. Beautiful. Let's come bring your feet back onto the ground. We're going to reach your arms out wide, and then we're going to drop the knees over to the right. Keep the knees staggered. We're going to move from side to side a few times. We'll inhale, lift the knees up. So windshield wipering the knees. So imagining you drop the left knee down and the right leg kind of follows. And go really slow and gentle to let it feel good for your body. And we'll do this 2 more times from side to side. So going back over to the right, and then inhaling up and over to the left. And then again, over to the right. Beautiful. Just warming up the joints. Inhale up and over to the left. Fantastic. Coming back up. Let's gently squeeze your right knee towards your chest. You're going to keep your left foot on the ground. Now you can do one of two things here. So you can press your head down and press your shoulder blades into the ground. Maybe feel your belly start to draw towards your spine as you do that. And then perhaps keeping this integrity in the upper body, you're going to bring your chin to your chest and maybe bring your nose towards your knee. Beautiful. 2 and 1. We're going to gently bring your head down. Inhale the arms over the head, foot down. Reach. Beautiful. Let's try this on the other side when you're ready. So you're going to come squeeze your left knee in, and then just taking a moment to squeeze in, feel the shoulder blades press into the ground. Maybe feel your belly draw to the spine, press through the back of the head for a second, feeling just a different intention in the upper body. And then we're going to perhaps bring your chin to your chest and maybe the nose towards the knee again. And then we're going to gently lower back down. We'll bring that foot down, arms overhead. Beautiful. Let's gently squeeze your knees back towards your chest. We'll rock from side to side. And then we're going to slowly either rock back and forward a few times so you can come up and down. That feels good. Or you can roll over to the side, and we're going to make our way into a child's pose. And as you come to child's pose, checking in with your body, you might want to bring your feet close together or further apart, and as well as the knees. The knees can be together or they can be apart. Finding it any of a combination of what feels good for you. We're going to sink your hips towards your heels as much as you can, and then maybe let your forehead touch the ground. If that's challenging, we're going to stack your hands one on top of the other and rest your forehead on the back of the hands. And just allowing your shoulders to soften away from the ears, feeling your neck lengthen as you tune into your breath. And as you're here, taking a moment, we're in a time of the new moon. And so just allowing yourself to connect with an intention or something you'd like to work on. Imagine you're planting seeds, and you can make it be something tangible. Maybe it's something physical. Maybe it's something you want to feel more of in your life. Maybe it's something you want to, express more in your life. So just taking a moment and tap in, maybe imagine that you're planting some seeds. And so the time of the new moon is kind of going within. Thinking how the moon, you don't see it right in the night right now. And so we all need this time to go within. So just taking this moment here and now. Beautiful. 2 and 1. We're going to inhale. You're going to bring your arms out in front of you. Let's lift up to tabletop shape. We'll start with a few cat-cows from here. We're going to inhale, roll the shoulders back, lengthen and look up. Exhale, it's round through the spine, chin to the chest. Inhaling, we're going to roll the shoulders back, drop the belly down, lift the tailbone up, look up. Exhale, rounding through the spine, chin to the chest. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale. And exhaling. Let's inhale. We're going to come to a neutral spine, and we're going to work with your shoulders and your side waist a little bit from here. We're going to inhale. Hopefully, I'm going to move the screen just a little bit so you can see my hands with what we're going to be doing. All right, so we're going to come find tabletop, and you're going to inhale, reach your right arm high to the sky, and then you're going to exhale, lower your right hand down. So let's inhale, reach your right arm high. Exhale, lower back down. And you can rotate your shoulders and your torso. So just going to what feels good. And then we're going to come back down. Now we're going to do this one more time. Inhaling up, feeling that stretch. And then we're going to take that right hand and you're going to move into thread the needle. So you're going to take your right arm underneath your left and drop down to the right shoulder. Maybe let your head come down as well. And then a couple of other things you can do while you're here. So obviously stay right where you're at if that feels good. You can also walk your fingertips on the ground so they come over your head. So stretching out with that left arm. The other thing that you could do is take your left hand and maybe bring it onto your lower back and kind of twist that left shoulder up towards the ceiling. Taking a couple more breaths here. One other thing if you want to try is maybe stretch that left leg out to the left a little bit and press through the left foot. You might feel a little bit deeper rotation and the twist. Let's take 2 more breaths. 2 and 1, and then we're going to gently bring that left hand down. Go slow. We're going to start, if you brought that leg up, bring that leg up first. Bring your left hand under the shoulder. You're going to press through the left hand and then gently lifting that right arm back up towards the ceiling and then exhaling, hands down. Beautiful. Inhale, we're going to roll the shoulders back, lengthen and look up. Exhale, rounding through the spine, chin to the chest. Once again, inhale and exhaling. Inhale and exhaling. Let's sink your hips towards your heels for child shape, feeling the spine lengthen out. Giving yourself time, pausing in between. 2 and 1. Now you can stay right here for another couple breaths, or you're going to press to the tops of the feet, knees, and let's inhale, reach the arms up to the ceiling, maybe the hips over the knees. We'll turn your palms forward, bend your elbows out to the side. Squeeze those shoulders together. Notice the difference between the right and left side. We'll even you out in just a moment. Inhale, lift up. And then exhale, we'll gently make our way to tabletop. Beautiful. So let's start to get set up on the other side. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, we'll reach your left arm high, and then exhaling back down. So you can look at your hand if you want to, or you can just notice what feels good. And then you're going to come back down, noticing the difference maybe between the two sides. Back up and down. Now we're going to inhale, reach up. This is when we're going to thread the needle. So we're going to take that left arm underneath the right, dropping down to that left shoulder, maybe bringing the left side of the head down if that feels okay. You can keep your right hand pressing under that right shoulder, or maybe start to walk the hand forward over your head to stretch out. Feel free to stay here if that feels good. Some of you might want to explore bringing that right hand onto your lower back and perhaps even stretching that right leg out to the right. So going anywhere that it makes sense for your body and knowing that it might be a little bit different from side to side. And that's okay. Just honoring where you're at in this moment. Just breathing and softening and just doing the best that you can. 2 and 1. We're going to gently slide that right hand under the shoulder. We're going to bring that right knee back if it was extended out. Pressing through the right hand, we'll inhale. Let's reach that left arm to the sky again. Beautiful. Exhale, bringing the hand back down. Finding that tabletop shape, we'll inhale, roll the shoulders back, lengthen and look up. Exhaling, rounding through the spine, hips to the heel. Going to the cat pose. Now we're going to sink to child's pose. My mouth and brain did not sync up. It happens to all of us. Press through the tops of the feet and knees. We're going to reach the arms up to the ceiling. Palms forward. We'll bend your elbows out to the side. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhale. We're going to reach up. We're going to exhale. Bring your hands onto the ground. All right, so we're going to try something right now, and it might not feel 100%, but we're going to explore it anyway, just because it's an interesting stretch for your body, if you're able to do it. So be really careful. So what I'm going to have you do is you want to make sure that your feet are not flat like that on the ground. You're going to press through the tops of the feet. So actually, I can stick my hand between the feet and the ground right there. So you're really pressing through the tops of the toes and the toenails. You're going to bring your hands in front of your knees, draw your belly to the spine, kind of tuck the tailbone down for a moment, and you're going to inhale, lift your knees off the ground to stretch the front of the ankles, and then we're going to slowly bring your knees back down. Let's inhale, roll the shoulders back, look up. Now you're going to curl your toes under, and we're going to come sink your hips on your heels. And so you're feeling a stretch in those toes from here. 2 and 1. Let's try that once again. We're going to bring your hands down. Come on to the tops of the feet and the toenails. So even if it was a little bit challenging, maybe give yourself permission to try it again. It's not always easy the first time we do things. So we're going to gently press through those toenails and the toes. I worked with a physical therapist the other day, and I was like, is it okay if I teach this? And she's like, yeah, it's great. It's fine. Your body's able to do it. All right, so press through the hands a lot. Draw the belly to the spine. Tuck the tailbone down. You're going to press and you're going to come onto the tops of the feet. So stretching through the tops of the feet and the front of the ankles. 2, 1, you're going to gently drop back down. Let's curl your toes under again. We're going to come sink your hips towards your heels. Let's bring your hands to your heart. Let's try this. We're going to inhale the knees up, bring your feet down, and maybe come all the way to standing. And if you didn't work like that, that's okay. Come up to standing anyway, and we're going to meet at the front of our mat. Beautiful. All right, so let's just take a moment. Bring your feet, they're parallel to one another out in front of you. And I want you just to kind of bounce and shake your body for a second. And just letting all the joints loosen up. And just letting your body shake, just releasing. Maybe take an inhale and exhale. Notice if your eyes want to stay open or closed, and know that it doesn't matter how silly you feel or look. Just let it release out. Maybe lift your right foot up and shake it off a little bit, and your left foot up and shake it off a little bit, like you're flicking water off your foot. And again, just let your body bounce. Shake out from side to side. Beautiful. And then we're going to slowly stop, pause. Find a steady stance for you. Roll the shoulders back, palms forward. Feel your feet planted into the earth. Perhaps have a slight bend into the knees. Feel the hips soft. Maybe feeling your rib cage lift up and anchor. Shoulder blades roll back. Reaching through the crown of the head, feeling the back of the head pull back a little bit. Feeling your heart lift as you do that. Just welcome a sense of steadiness and ease within. Maybe you're noticing some tingling sensations as we just did that little shaking. Welcome that. If you didn't feel anything, that's great too. And we're going to slowly move a little bit deeper into the body. Let's bring your hands to your heart center, thanking you for taking this time out again today. All right, so we're going to gently release the hands. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. We're going to bend the knees, hinge from the hips. You're going to slowly fold forward, bringing your chin to your chest. Now, you can keep your hands on the ground. Maybe you want to grab onto the elbows, framing your head, or perhaps interlacing your fingers behind your back to stretch those shoulders out. Wherever you're at, maybe giving yourself permission to shake your head and neck out, yes and no. Releasing any tension in the neck, maybe move the jaw. Just kind of letting all that sensation go, letting gravity help release any tension that's being held in the neck or the jaw here, the shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, letting go. Softening a little bit more. Let's do one more breath in. Softening and releasing. And we're going to release your hands down. Bend your knees a lot. You're going to bring your left fingertips in front of your left foot. We're going to inhale, try to reach your right arm to the sky. So similar motion as we did earlier, but notice how it's feeling now. We're going to exhale, lower the right hand down. Bending into the right knee, we'll inhale, reach that left arm up. Feeling the shoulders stack. So again, how does that feel from this shape? Exhale, we're going to lower it back down. Press through the feet. Let's inhale, reach all the way to the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. We're going to turn your right toes out to the right here. Your left foot's turning forward. We're going to turn the torso to the right, feeling your shoulders kind of over your hips here. We'll reach your arms up, interlace your hands so the palms face the ceiling and the back of the hands are going to touch the top of the head. See if you can feel your shoulder blades roll back a little bit. From here, you're going to exhale towards the front of your mat. So towards the short end of the mat or towards that left big toe. Breathing here. So feeling that big side stretch from the right shoulder to the hip. 2 and 1. We're going to inhale. You're going to reach back up. I'm going to do this so you see me on the opposite side here. So turning those right toes forward. Left toes are going to go out. We're rotating the torso to the left. Perhaps the knees are soft. And then you're going to exhale towards that right big toe or towards the short end of the mat. And breathing here. 3, 2. Feel that big stretch from the left shoulder to the hip. And 1. We're going to inhale, come back up. You're going to bring your feet forward. We're going to bend the knees a little bit. And then let your head fall back. 3. Keep the back of the hands on the top of the head. And one. We're going to inhale, we'll lift up, reach those arms up. Exhale, we'll hinge from the hips, folding forward, chin to the chest. Let's inhale, slide the hands on the shins, lengthen the spine. Exhale, we're going to lower the hands down. Let's step the left foot back. You're going to roll the shoulders back. Now you can stay right here for another breath or two, or perhaps drop down to the left knee, looking up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to bring your hands flat, lift your left knee off the mat, stepping back to downward dog. Bending your knees, bringing your thighs towards your belly, and then we're going to inhale, bring the shoulders over the wrists. You can stay in plank. I'm going to drop down to my knees today because I'm watching out for my shoulder. We're going to roll the shoulders back, pull the rib cage in. We're going to do a chaturanga push-up, and then maybe roll the shoulders back, up dog or cobra. Breathing here. Let's turn your head over to the right, and then turning your head to the left. We're going to gently find a neutral place. We'll lift your hips up. You can stay in tabletop. Maybe you want to stretch to child's pose for a moment, or you can make your way straight to downward dog. So listening what feels good for your body, breathing wherever you are. Inhaling and exhaling, noticing sensations. Inhale and exhale. We're going to inhale. Let's bring your right knee towards your belly. We're going to gaze between the thumbs, stepping that right foot between the hands. We'll bring the left foot to meet it, folding forward. Inhale, let's slide the hands on the shins, lengthen the spine. Exhale, folding back in. Press to the feet, inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful. Let's inhale, you're going to reach your arms up high. We're going to bend your left elbow this time, grab onto it with your right hand, and guide your left elbow over towards the right. 2 and 1. We're going to inhale, come back up. Now you're going to grab hold of your right elbow with your left hand, and we're going to lean over to the left. Big stretch on the right. 2 and 1. We're going to come back up. This time, let's bring the hands together. We'll bring the hands behind the head or the back of the neck if you can. Bend your knees a little bit and then lift your heart towards the sky. Feel your head kind of fall into those forearms. 2 and 1. We're going to press to the feet, lifting up. We'll fold forward, noticing how your body's feeling. Let's inhale. We'll slide the hands on the shins, lengthen the spine. Exhale, we'll bring your hands back down. You're going to step your right leg back, ball the foot. So you can pause right here, or if you choose, maybe drop that right knee down, looking up towards the ceiling. Beautiful. Feel that stretch in your body. 2 and 1. Let's bring your hands flat. We'll step the feet back, downward dog. Take a big inhale. Exhale, letting it go. Let's inhale up onto the tippy toes. We're going to bend the knees a lot, belly and thighs meet. Let's inhale, slide forward so the shoulders are over the fingertips. Maybe staying in plank. We're going to lower all the way down to the belly. Releasing the feet. Let's interlace your hands behind your back this time, if that's comfortable for you. If not, just arms alongside the body. We'll roll the shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together as you lift your heart up. Maybe you want to lift your feet up too. Now, if your feet are up, notice if your feet are together or apart, and then try to do the opposite. 2 and 1. We're going to gently lower down. Bringing your hands under the shoulders, draw the belly to the spine. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, you can find child's pose or go straight to downward dog. Listening, what does your body need? Pausing in between, taking a few long, deep breaths. Inhaling and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. We're going to bring the left knee to the belly. We're going to gaze between the thumbs. We'll slide that left foot forward. Right foot to meet it, folding forward. Inhale, looking up halfway. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, standing all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's bring your arms alongside your body, pausing, noticing how is your body feeling. Take a deep breath, letting go. Beautiful. Let's inhale. You're going to reach your arms up high. We're going to exhale, bend the knees, hinging from your hips, folding forward. Let's step the left foot back into a lunge again. Maybe dropping that knee down. You don't have to. You can keep your leg lifted. So listen to what feels good, and we'll reach your arms up to the sky. Beautiful. Feeling the stretch in your body that you need to feel today. So again, listen. What does your body need? Do you need more energy? Do you need more strength? What feels good? 2 and 1. Again, you have a choice here. You can bring your left hand onto your right knee, reach that right arm back, or maybe you're going to bring your left hand down and right arm to the sky. Again, knee can be up or down. What feels better here? Listening to your body. 2 and 1. We're going to gently bring that hand down. We're going to curl the back toes under, lift the back knee off the mat. You're going to step that back foot closer towards the front of your mat, not all the way up, just so you can get both your back heel flat. Now, if you want to from here, maybe straightening that right leg, maybe bring your nose towards your knee. Anywhere in between is fine. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to step the left foot up to meet the right, folding forward. Let's bring the hands onto the hips. We're going to gently press to the feet. We'll stand all the way up. Let's reach your arms up high. Exhale, hands to the heart center. We're going to move into tree pose with your right leg from here. So maybe starting with your hands at your hips or your hands at your heart center. You're going to take that right leg. You can make a kickstand. You can bring your right foot towards your right calf. You want to be above the to the left calf. You can take your right foot towards your right inner thigh, above that left knee. Also take the gaze up. Keep your head steady, but the eyes up to where the wall and the ceiling meet. Again, hands at the hips, hands at the heart, maybe the arms high. Maybe you're swaying a little bit and it's really hard to balance. I'm having just some issues. It's fun to kind of explore that and just breathing and being with it. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to slowly lower down, letting that left leg shake out a little bit, right leg shake out. Beautiful. Let's inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, we're going to bend the knees, hinge from your hips, folding forward. Inhale, let's slide the hands on the shins, lengthen the spine. Exhale, we're going to fold in. Go ahead and step the right leg back. And again, you can stay on the ball of the foot as you lift your arms up or drop the knee down. Inhale, reaching the arms up. Again, feeling that stretch. So either you're here or you're here. And wherever it feels good for your body in this moment, right here, right now. 2 and 1. We're going to bring your right hand to your left knee. Either reach that left arm back or your right hand under the shoulder, left arm to the sky. And again, either way, your back knee can be up or down. Listen to what feels good. 2 and 1. We're going to slowly lower your left hand down. Beautiful. We're going to lift that right knee off the mat. Now you're going to step the right foot up a little bit so you can get that right foot down and then maybe start to straighten that left leg as you fold over a straight-ish left leg. If you have blocks, feel free to use your blocks. Always use your fingertips. You can bring your hand on your leg. So what does your body need? Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. You're going to step your right foot to meet your left as you fold forward. We'll press to the feet and inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Beautiful. From here, we're going to bring the hands onto the hips. We're going to move into tree pose, lifting the left leg up. So again, you can make a little kickstand with that left foot towards the calf or up towards that inner thigh. Take the gaze up to where maybe the wall and the ceiling meets. Try to keep the chin parallel to the ground. And again, any arm position that works for you. Doesn't have to be the same on this side. Maybe you're noticing that this side's easier than the other side. Explore, don't judge. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to release when you're ready. Fantastic. Shake it out. Maybe lift and shake. Beautiful. All right, let's inhale. We're going to reach your arms high again. Exhale, we're going to bend the knees, hinge from the hips, fold forward. We're going to once again come onto the tippy toes, and you're going to sink your hips towards your heels. Let your head lift up. Now, if you want to try, let me hop back a little bit. You can drop your knees down for a moment. Maybe inhale, reach your arms up high. Perhaps hands to the heart, lift those knees off the ground, and come back up. And again, if that was challenging, that's fine. Not a big deal. It's just fun to explore. Was it different? So we're going to do a little bit more standing, and then we'll come down to the ground again. So let's take your feet out wide onto your mat. We'll reach your arms wide. Inhale, lift the arms up high. And then exhale, bend the knees, hinge from the hips, and fold forward. Try to bring your head down towards the ground. Maybe you bend and straighten the legs a few times or move your hips around from side to side. Let your jaw soften. Let your shoulders release. 3, 2, and 1. You're going to bend your knees, press through the feet. We'll inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down. Let's turn your right toes out. I'll mirror the moves here for you. Bend that right knee. We'll reach your arms out wide. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Inhaling, we'll reach and lengthen and stretch back. And then let's bend into the knee. Bring your forearm on your thigh, hand on your hip. And then as you're here, really press that right knee out towards the pinky toe and engage that back left foot, pressing through the edge of the foot. Hand on the hip, maybe help roll the shoulder back, and then press your left forearm or your right forearm into your right thigh to help you find more space in your body. 3, 2, 1. We're going to inhale, warrior B, straightening the legs, feet parallel. Folding forward. Softening. Inhale and exhale. Slight bend in the knees as you press to the feet. Rise all the way up. Maybe hands onto the hips, leaning back a little bit. Coming back up to neutral. We're going to turn your left toes forward this time. We'll bend into the knee, warrior B. We're going to inhale, reach and lengthen back. Now let's bend the elbow, bringing that forearm on the thigh. Right hand's on your hip, and you're going to press your left knee towards your left pinky toe. Really press to the outside edge of that back right foot. So finding something different today. Feeling that left knee move out a little bit more. Roll the shoulders back. Pressing that left forearm into the thigh. Find more space in your torso to go up towards the sky. 2, and 1. We're going to inhale. You're going to come to warrior B. Straightening the legs, feet parallel. Let's bring the heels in, toes out. We're going to sink into the hips. Reach your arms wide, maybe dance a little bit. And then we'll come all the way up. Feet parallel, hands to the heart. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reach your arms wide. You're going to turn your right toes out and then just lean a little bit to the side. If you want to go to a deeper triangle, feel free, but you don't have to. You can also, if you want to extend that left arm, maybe overhead, bigger stretch in the side waist, go for it. But if that's tight for you, don't do it. Or you can always bend your elbow as you do it. Inhale, coming up. Let's bring those right toes in, left foot out, reaching out wide. Inhaling. We're going to lower the hand down. Beautiful. Maybe arm overhead, big stretch. Again, you can bend that elbow if that feels good. Listening. What do you need? 2, and 1. We're going to inhale. You'll come all the way up. Let's turn your toes out again. Heels in. Lift the arms high. Sinking down. Arms wide. Maybe dance. Let go. Lift up. Hands to the heart. Beautiful. Let's come step towards the front of the mat. We're going to inhale, reach your arms high again. Exhale, you're going to bend the knees a lot. Let's come onto the balls of the feet and see if you can bring your hands so they're inside the feet. It's almost like your little frog here. Knees are out wide. Maybe roll the shoulders back. You can stay right here if you feel like you have the strength and the energy in your body. Bring your hands on your knees. 2 and 1, and we're going to come down to a seat. Yay! Thank your mat for a second for hanging out with you. All right, let's reach your arms high. Feel your rib cage wiggle a little bit from side to side, and we're going to come lean forward. Feeling your body soften. 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to inhale, and we're going to slowly lift up. All right, so we're going to work into your hips a little bit. I'm going to give you a couple of different options for a pigeon variation, so see what feels best for you. I'm going to demonstrate the seated one first because we're already here. If you want to get into a more traditional and you know how to do that, please take care of your body. I will demonstrate it though. We're going to bring your hands behind your back. If you're going to do this seated, maybe bringing your right foot over the left thigh. You might be staying right here. You can always lay on the back and do this as well. And perhaps sliding, if you are sitting, towards that left heel and allowing yourself to fold in a little bit. That's option number 1. You can stay in this sort of position if you want. And what we're going to do is almost from a tabletop position. You're just bending that right leg in. Once again, let me just rotate so you can see. And then you'll just drop down to your forearms and keep your tailbone lifted. So again, very similar shape. And if you are in a more traditional mood, you can start to bring that knee out. You can bring your shin parallel to the front of the mat as much as that feels good, and then stretch that left leg back. So whatever feels good for you. Another option might be is 1 foot in and 1 foot out to the side and folding forward. So you might have already been holding this for a little bit. We're going to spend about 5, 6 more breaths here. So listening to what feels good for your body and continuing on with whatever you're doing. Letting your jaw soften, maybe feeling the shoulders. Move away from the ears, just making more space wherever you are within you. Maybe you're sending a lot of love into the hip or the thigh. If you're having any knee issues, please rotate into that first variation that I offered, or just pause and move out of it altogether. 2, and 1. And we're going to inhale and we'll slowly come up. So this side might be completely different than the other side was. So I will go ahead and just demonstrate everything again. So again, if you're doing this from a sitting position, you can go right to the other side if you've already been doing something. But just to remind you, you can take your left foot now over the right thigh and perhaps sliding yourself a little bit closer and bringing your nose towards your knee. Great option. You can always do this from laying on your back if you're familiar with that figure 4 on your back. You can do it from a tabletop shape as well. So just kind of rotating your body and then dropping down to your forearms, your tailbone would be lifted. Again, you could always do it from your hands if that's better for your body. The other option is taking that more traditional approach of pigeon pose by stretching the leg back. Again, your choice. Or if you're joining me, I have my left thigh just bent in and my right leg behind it, and I'm folding to the side. So wherever you're at, it's all good. Allow it to feel good for your body. Keep breathing. Keep softening, releasing, letting the jaw go. Knowing there's nothing that you have to do. 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to slowly, slowly, slowly moving out of the shape, taking your time to get there. And then let's bend your knees again, and we'll bring your feet out in front of you, coming to sit on the sitting bones, maybe moving the fleshy part away. Reaching, reaching, reaching. We're going to slowly fold forward again. So just meet up as you're ready. And maybe you're going to walk your legs a little bit further forward as you fold forward. Feeling yourself soften. And again, it's fine if your knees are bent. Always take care of your body, especially if your lower back and hamstrings are tight. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to inhale, and you're going to slowly start to lift up. I'm going to turn and face you again. We're going to extend your left leg forward, and let's bring your right knee, if you can, on top of the left knee. So some of you are going to just kind of hang out right here, and you're probably feeling a lot in your body just as this is, and maybe you're still in that back in that figure 4 shape, and that's fine. If you want, you can also start to lean forward a little bit and maybe walk your hands forward, reaching for your left toes if possible, and just allowing yourself to breathe here. Big stretch in the back of the leg. If you're feeling too much behind the left knee, please bend the left knee a little bit just to take some of that pressure. You can even bring your hand into a fist or both hands and rest it underneath that knee for a little bit of cushioning. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to inhale. We're going to rise up. You're going to take, if you can, your right foot outside of your left thigh. If that's not possible, bring the right foot inside the right thigh. We're going to twist from here. So let's wrap the left arm around the right thigh, and you're going to start to rotate your body, looking over your right shoulder. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to do this, we're going to keep the leg as it is, but you're going to twist the opposite way. So you're now going to take your right arm inside your right leg, left hand behind your back, and then rotate to look over your left shoulder. 3, 2, and 1. And we're going to gently release that, and let's stretch the leg forward. Shake out a little bit. Let's reach your arms up, bend your knees. We're going to reach your head forward, sweep the arms back. Inhale, coming back up. We're going to bring your hands down. Let's slide your left knee over the right knee. Roll the shoulders back. So again, you're fine sitting right here. If you want to fold forward, letting your body fold forward, perhaps reaching for that right foot, wherever it makes sense for you. Again, if a lot of pressure behind that right knee, slide the hands underneath the knee. You can even make a little bit of a fist if that feels better. You can always point and flex your foot to help move the energy. So don't let the energy get stuck anywhere. Let it move. So it doesn't feel good, offer something different. Listen within you. Trust your own body. What does your body need? If it feels too much, back off. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to inhale. We'll slowly lift up. We're going to, again, keep that left foot outside the right knee if you can. It can always be inside if that's better. We're going to start by wrapping the right arm around the left leg as you turn and twist. Rotating, looking over the shoulder, breathing. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to gently unwind. Let's twist the other way. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to gently release. Fantastic. From here, you have a choice. You can bring your feet together, knees apart. Maybe you're going to bounce your knees up and down and fold forward a little bit. It's a great option. You can also bring your legs out wide if you prefer that as you fold forward. If there's something else that your body wants you to do, please listen to that and find that for your body. We're going to take 5 more breaths wherever we are, and we're going to make our way back down to the ground. 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to inhale. We're going to slowly rise up. We're going to bring the knees together And you're going to come lay on your back. Beautiful. Let that feel so good. Remember when we were here at the beginning of our class today? Maybe it feels like a long time ago. Just listen. All right, so as you come lay down, let's bend the knees towards the sky. If you're ready to start to rest, let your body rest. We're going to do 3 more stretches and then we're going to all come and rest. So again, listen to what your body needs you to do. So if you would like to, this is a great time to take a back bend. You can bring your arms alongside your body for bridge pose, lifting the hips up. If you have a block handy, I happen to have one handy. You might want to slide that right underneath your tush or the sacrum. I always like to tell people as you do that, it's kind of like right where the crack starts, for lack of a better term. And you're gonna, if you do have the block underneath you, roll your shoulders underneath you. If you are not using a block or a prop, again, see if you can kind of wiggle those shoulders underneath you a little bit more. Press to the back of the head a little bit. So letting the chin move away from the chest. Palms can be open, palms can be interlaced behind your back. Maybe you're even reaching for your heels or you're up with straight arms and straight legs. So let's take 5 more breaths. Perhaps engaging the glutes a little bit more, stretching the front of the thighs out, the front of the hips out. 3, 2, and 1. You're going to gently lower all the way back down. Beautiful. If you want another back bend or 2, please take those for you. If you have had enough of that, we're going to squeeze the knees towards the chest, maybe grabbing hold of the feet and rocking a little bit from side to side. So again, listen to what feels good. If you are squeezing the feet in and the knees are out, if you're in that child pose, what you're going to do, or child-like pose, we're going to stretch your right leg out to the side to stretch that right hamstring and hip out, if that would feel good. And then we're going to bring your right foot back in and your left leg out to the left. And then we'll come back in. Let's do that one more time from side to side if that felt good. Over to the right and back in and over to the left and back in. Beautiful. You can bring your feet down. Again, if you want another bridge pose to stretch the front of those hip flexors out, feel free to do that. Really engage the glutes to make that happen. We're going to come lower back down. Let's reach your arms out wide. You're going to drop your hips to the right and knees to the left as you twist. Feel free to do this with bent legs or straight legs. Legs can be crossed or not. Maybe turning your head to the right. Keep breathing. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to bring your knees back up. Let's readjust your body. And we're going to come now twist over to the other side. Three, 2, and 1. And we're going to slowly come lift your knees back up, readjusting your body. If there's anything else that you feel like your body wants to do or needs to do, please allow yourself to do that. You can always come roll over to one side or the other side. You can come lay on your back. You can come lay on your belly. You can find a comfortable seat. And we're just going to take a few moments to kind of quiet together, to come together. Just let yourself release after all of the amazing work that you did today. And again, just giving yourself permission that it's okay to just do nothing and find some ease. And as you start to arrive wherever you are starting to settle, just take a moment and acknowledge the body. Maybe wiggle your toes for a moment. Might feel good to readjust your feet or rotate your ankles a little bit. Just notice if there's any energy held anywhere. You can squeeze the calves and shins, sending some love into your knees. Feeling the upper legs and how strong they are, the quads, the thighs, hamstrings. Taking a moment to acknowledge your hips, your glutes, your pelvis, sacrum. Feeling your belly. And your lower back. Noticing the rib cage, front and back. Feeling that upper chest and the collarbone, the upper back, the shoulder blades, the whole shoulder girdle. Feeling your upper arms, elbows, forearms, wrists, hands, and fingers. And you might even want to rotate your wrists or your hands and fingers if you feel anything kind of needs to move there. And taking a moment to acknowledge your neck, the front and back, the sides. If it would feel good for you to even turn your head a little bit from side to side, allow yourself to do that. Feeling the crown of the head, the forehead, your eyes and temples, ears, cheeks, nose, jaw, and mouth. Just taking a moment to acknowledge the mouth and the hollow space right now in the mouth as it's closed. Just allowing yourself to feel that space inside the mouth. And just taking this moment to allow your awareness to maybe drop into your heart or to your belly. And as you drop your awareness into your heart or belly, it's maybe saying to yourself, either I am or I am peace. Or maybe you just want to follow the sound of the breath. Perhaps the breath on the way in sounds like so. You feel the hum on the way out. So just notice. You can connect words with the breath. You're in this awareness of the space inside the heart or your belly. Letting yourself drop in, dropping into you. And then perhaps continuing with this practice, or maybe just taking a moment to connect with everything that you are grateful for, or grateful for going your way. And so it can be grateful for the food that you have to nourish your body, grateful for the air that you breathe, fresh water to drink, roof over your head. And then you can allow that to expand as much as you want. Grateful for your family and your friends. Be grateful for a favorite shirt, whatever that is. Let yourself feel grateful. Grateful for brushing your teeth and be grateful for your toothbrush. or the opportunity of a toothbrush. And as you're connecting with this gratitude, maybe you're noticing a deeper spaciousness in the body, or an expansion, or an opening, or tingling. Just noticing and experiencing. Keep breathing. Maybe dropping the awareness either back into the spaciousness of the mouth, or the heart, or the belly. Feeling this sense of connection, a sense of belonging, a sense of community and gratitude. And I'm going to read to you a poem, For Belonging, by John O'Donohue. Just allow these words to come into your awareness. May you listen to the longing to be free. May the frames of your belonging be generous enough for your dreams. May you arise each day with a voice of blessing whispering in your heart. May you find a harmony between your soul and your life. May the sanctuary of your soul never become haunted. May you know the eternal longing that lives at the heart of time. May there be kindness in your gaze when you look within. May you never place walls between the light and yourself. May you allow the wild beauty of the invisible world to gather you, mind you, and embrace you in belonging. So perhaps bringing your hands, either hands to the center of the chest or hands to the belly, or one hand on the belly, one hand on the chest. Just having this deep gratitude again for you, for all of you, and all the things that you're connected to. So feel free to also continue to rest here. But if your body's starting to feel ready to move a little bit, maybe starting to wiggle your fingers and your toes, you can deepen your breath. You can rotate your wrists and your ankles, or turn your head from side to side, maybe exhaling, letting go if you're ready to release. And then allowing yourself to maybe make your way up into a seated shape. And I want to thank you all so much for allowing me to guide you today. And whether you're watching this later or here in person, I appreciate you. Many blessings. Namaste.